All right. So welcome to Federation X, our card review for Season's Beatings. I am Lars, aka Tony Robes' awesome tag team partner in Maverick Dawson, and we have terrific Tony Robes on, and Weedy or Mr. Crowe, or how you want to be
today. How you want to go.
So this is our first kind of card review of our first card since our reboot, and we're going to go down the line and take a look at the matches we have in store for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday card, which is probably not going to be the normal, but we're gonna give it a go for this time around, since it's our first kind of getting back into things. Guys, anything you want to say before we jump right into it?
G'day, my loyal customers, and I know that's most of you. That's one for very old people, that one.
Absolutely. All right, so let's see. Go ahead and start to share here. All right, so what you'll see is our card banner. Thanks to Ov, made this awesome Season's Beatings card banner. So again, we're coming from you live out of Toronto on Wednesday the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Gonna actually have that card in our School of Wayward Youth and Wrestlers, thanks to the Mad Bomber, starting on Wednesday, going all the way up into Friday. So with that being said, we'll get down to some of the card basics here. So, you know, as I said, basically from Wednesday to Friday, we're going to run just our first card, kind of a nice softball pitch style for our first card. Kind of a three post minimum, no less than 350 words or greater, and then we'll go ahead and judge and sim like we normally do. And in FedEx, basically, we it's a little bit of a 40-70 kind of ratio, depending on the sim counts and the sim points. We're going to run interference rules, and then your role play will definitely be judged at this point in time. And then obviously we have information on the FedEx staff to use for role play. Guys, got anything to comment on that?
I do, and it's not really related to the card,
Yep.
but I've been seeing people in other feds talking about how FedEx is a sim fed, and I don't want to shit on people. I'm not going to shit on people, but I just want to make it really clear, if there's any of them watching, we aren't a sim fed. Like we're a hybrid. Like we use the sim to decide, you know, standard matches that aren't, you know, we just use it as a tool to like say, oh well, this guy won, so this is where your story goes. This whole sim fedders can't RP, that might be true, but that's not true in FedEx. And if you think people in FedEx can role play, then I challenge every single one of you to come to FedEx, and I will personally beat the living shit out of you in an RP match if you think that you can't, if you think that FedExers can't RP. Like, that's our bread and butter. We use the sim as a tool. We are not a sim fed, and I just thought that was important to just put out, because
I've never been strong on the sim, and if you don't like the sim, we always have in FedEx the Superstar Championship, which is purely based on role play. And like back in NGPW, that's where I made my name. I didn't make it as a sim guy; I made it as an RP guy.
Yeah. And in the way we have our matches is in the way the sim is, you know, right now, is that it's 100% 50-50 coin flip at this point in time. We don't have it charged with anything adding any kind of boost for activity like we had in the past, and it's basically, you know, there for an element of surprise. You know, and I will basically testify, unless somebody gets lucky, they may have 1 or 2 points up on the sim. Otherwise, it may be even. And quite frankly, the role play is going to win it out almost every time. So unless somebody comes in and is just really, really lucky and dominates, which hardly ever happens. So, that's important to know. And you know, our normal Federation X style is, as we get going, we do reward activity. We do reward the productive carrying of angles and posting and being interactive. But at this point in time, this is how we're starting out, just simply because we're kind of still going with a little bit of a training wheel mentality. We're not high powered just yet. Everybody's like posting maybe once a day, sometimes twice a day, and that's okay to start back up. And as we get into this world of trying to churn new players, it's probably a little bit more easy to roll into.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just want to quickly visit the comments for a second and sort of like put down this horrible rumor. I'm not a fucking crow eater. I don't come from South Australia. I come from Victoria. It's a Victorian accent. I've never been, and fuck your Australia. I hate Australia. But thanks for Jeff and Jason for shitting on us in the comments. It's good to see you.
You expect any less? I mean, honestly. Okay. So any more comments about that?
No, I think that's. I mean, it's like you said. It's slow to get us started. That 3-post minimum is like, we've never had a 3-post minimum. It's like we post a lot. We're very active when we're in the swing, when we're in full power, and we're just getting back to it. A lot of us have got a lot of rust to work off, so this is just training wheels at the minute. So yeah, absolutely.
And if you look in here, there are some links here that describe how we do our sim counts and our sim numbers based on our role play judging. And again, I don't think you can truly come in and be dominant in the sim, you know, especially with this setup, and expect to just win. They're based on, you know, a very minimal effort in the role play. It's just not the case. All right, so all of our matches will be judged either by myself or by Grayson at this point. Again, with the 3-post men, it's very easy to handle and very easy to churn back results on Saturday, you know, for probably as quick as possible. So as you see here with the screen share, you'll get a card opener. It's our inactive battle royal, kind of rumble, if you will, and it's for a title shot at the next card for the Bloodsport championship. First entrant is going to be top notch. Whoever else shows up can show up. If you're not booked, if you're wondering what FedEx is all about, if you know, you're totally new, you've been lurking, here's your chance to get in and jump in. It's all role play. So if you want an all role play match, you don't want to mess with a sim, here's your chance to get a title shot in FedEx right off the bat.
And I'll make a promise to my real life sister, Athelia. It's not her real name, but Athelia Crowe, if you actually show up in that match, I'll stop calling you a regional level talent for it.
Very well. Anything for you, Mr. Robes?
No, it's just like you said, like we said before about the people from other feds maybe want to come and give it a go. This is a great way to start. All the lurkers we've got, because we have got loads of people just lurking, maybe not posting. This is a good shot for you to just get back involved and get back playing. So,
all right. So the next up is our rankings match number 2 for the X Factor division. And it's Benny Blair versus Tori Anus, not Amos, Anus. These two kind of been a little bit, limping along in activity, but kind of where do you fit these two other than together at this point?
I think the big thing about, sorry.
I'm very relieved because this is like the 3rd different match I've meant to be in, and I'm really happy not to be with Benny Blair, which was the 2nd match that was booked for me. But that might change later in the card. We'll see.
Yeah, so we'll know if Tori Anus is a good guy or not
whether she sells Benny Blair in the match.
I think this is going to come down to whether Bernie is still doing jazz or not. If he's got over his jazz thing, then this could be a really good match. But if it's jazz, this is going to be.
I think the anus can jazz.
You think the anus? Yeah, the anus can probably jazz. Yeah,
I would assume so. All right. Lost you there for a sec. So we'll jump up to the next match. We have a tag team rankings match. We have all of a sudden Consumed by Hugs is on the board today, back and ready to go. And the kind of matches up with what we saw from the Prophet and Max yesterday. So the Prophet started to go after the Bloodsport Championship, and Max actually tried to do some kind of team meeting with Team One from the reality show angle that we have going on. So hopefully this is a hidden gem.
This could be a show stealer. You've got.
I'll let you go first, Kieran, because you're in the future anyway.
Yeah.
I am. Yes. Now you got some top level riders here. I've really been enjoying Of Hugger. Of Hugger's the best. I remember when I tried to make up for all the bad stuff I did, and I sucked at it. Of is nailing it.
They're trying to fix him. I don't know why. It bets on whether he gets fixed or not. I don't know.
I think it's good because when we started this reboot, like Consumed by Hugs, we're probably like in main contention as being a #1 tag team, and probably we're going to be the first tag team. And then obviously over the holidays they kind of dropped off because of work. But like you said today, we've seen them coming back, and hopefully that continues because I love Kashmir's gimmick. I think the mass consumer gimmick is brilliant.
It's a perfect time for it, right?
Exactly. And Of Terror, I mean, he's Of Hugger right now, but he used to be Of Terror, and then the whole thing with the way he's changed his character and the way he sold it, the thing when he's running with the Anus Sisters, and the way he sold it is just class. It's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. It's good to see those guys back on the board today. No doubt. And these guys have interacted. All four of these guys have interacted with each other for a long time. So I would imagine a really good back and forth match in this one. And both teams really want to get jumped up in the tag rankings. So I expect them to be pretty competitive there. All right. So the next one is kind of our mid-card main event with our 6-man tag match. The New Breed, Tony Robes, Maverick Dawson, Amareza versus Person Peoples, Cole Styles, and Jake Price. And that was very hard to say those first two names without making fun of them. And this match was put on for a special request from Jackie Douglas to the Power Base in retribution for what happened in the Zoo Cage tag match a couple weeks back with putting out Long Shot. So it's kind of a revenge is on the mind of the people persons and the coleslaw.
Shout out to Cole. Big fan. He's my dude.
All right.
I mean, I get the want revenge, but they shouldn't have really. Person People shouldn't have really got involved in that match anyway. It's his own fault. He shouldn't have got involved. There was no reason for him to be there. And I actually blame Person Peoples for ending Longshot's career, because if he hadn't got involved, I probably wouldn't have had to have done that. So that's kind of his fault. And then for them to then request the match, I thought the Power Base liked the New Breed, Lars. Like, what's going on there? I thought he liked us. Why are you putting us in a match with a jobber no one's heard of, a jobber with the stupidest name in wrestling ever, and then a retard? Why have you put us in a match with this? Like, we are elevated at the top of the card. Why are we having to lower ourselves to this? I thought you liked it.
It's kind of the shallow end of the pool. Whoever's shooting at you first kind of gets it.
Well, I can tell you this, right? Jackie Douglas requested this, but he's going to regret it because New Breed have got something planned and you're not going to like what's happening. And it's all your fault, Jackie Douglas. You're not going to like this. It's all your fault, bro.
Poor Jackie Douglas. He's got a little bit of a surprise coming too later on in the card that I don't think he's aware of just yet. So we'll keep that for later. So that's it. I mean, so we got a little bit of heat going on here, and a little bit of a threat that there's something special coming for Mr. Jackie, not only later in the card, but in this one in particular. So we had Mr. Soap Opera Man on a call I guess about a week ago, and he had mentioned he would be privy to having a special segment on cards from now on. So Mr. Soap Opera Man gets the Days of Our Lives segment, or wherever he wants to rename it to, and he can make it to whatever he wants to. My hope is that he creates some kind of Piper's Pit-esque angle to where he's bringing people out and calling them out and just ripping them to shreds. So what do you think?
I'm excited about this. I've actually had very little interaction with your Soap Opera Man or your Stunt Man or your Harry. We just didn't travel in the same circle. Kicked my ass as Max Fabricator once, so I'm excited to see more stuff from this guy because he's brilliant.
I'm looking forward to it.
The guy who runs him's pretty talented guy. He's funny. He's got lots of experience, and he said he didn't want to do matches, but he wanted to be involved. So obviously he's had some sort of idea of. I think this could be really good. I think a lot of people will read this just to see if they're involved, which is good. Getting more people involved in what's going on in the card instead of just their own match.
And I would encourage people, if you get called out in a segment like this, jump right in and mix it up with him. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd love to see him do like a skit of a parody of the stuff that's been going on, except that the stuff that has been going on is already a parody in itself. So.
Well, I would also say is if he wants to change it up and either change the name or change to one of his other characters and change the segment, he certainly can. And we would actually work with somebody to create a kind of a graphic for his segment if moving forward, if it's something he wants to continue to do. All right.
Yes, that's right. The new breed. You are before that segment. That is how little you're valued.
Tony Robes can only do so much. I mean, he needs a little bit of a water break before he takes out the trash again. So
it's true. My back's really hurting, guys. This Fed is really heavy. It's really hurting my back. So it's only fair.
All right. So next we have a special request by the Society of Serious Wrestlers. They have a special championship that they deem that Holland, the Kansas Kid, and Mr. Crowe worthy of fighting a serious wrestling match with Dean Malenko as a special guest referee. And they've also said that they demand that Jackie Douglas physically be in the front row during the whole entire match to watch it.
Oh my fucking God. The one thing I've told my ultra ego, don't do comedy. Don't get in messed up with comedy stuff. I can't wait to try and get Kansas Kid go for kayfabe. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a new experience for me because I'm definitely not normally, again, I haven't really traveled in those circles.
You actually killed Cyborg or Zombie Cyborg Dusty Rhodes, so that's your reward.
I did, and it's because of my bro's influence. Otherwise, I just would run away, like back in the old days.
Funny. All right. Anything else?
I love the irony of it, that it's a serious wrestling match, and the Kansas Kid's involved, like at all. Like it's just...
we're gonna see if all the training is paid off for the Kansas Kid.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. I've got no idea where I'm going to go with this. I'm pretty sure Kansas Kid's going to dictate this one.
I don't think the kid knows where this is going to go. It'll go where it goes when he's right in the post. Like,
I assumed it was going to depend on which version of LSD he took before he started to write.
Pretty much.
All right, next up is our blood sport championship, who Vodomai has just taken the blood sport championship away from Terry Anus. And it's been kind of changed hands or attempted to be changed hands over the last week. Been one of the most active segments we've had, guys, with Devin Deshawn going over to Hal and taking part in the Danucci Cup. You know, really wanted that blood sport championship to put on his shoulder and sling around over there as he was going through the first round of that tournament.
Yeah, as much as I like to shit on off-card blood sport title posts, it's been a real good driver activity in the last week or so. It's been great to watch.
Yep.
It's been good how Terry's kept the belt for so long. Like,
yeah.
And then last minute, right before the cutoff, I can't say his name. I'm not of.
Vodomai.
Yeah, Vodomai. He steals it at the last possible second and gets himself added to this match. I think that's brilliant.
See, my theory behind that is people just forgot to actually close the Bloodsport Championship. And they realized, oh crap, people are still fighting for it. We better close it up, otherwise we're going to change the card again.
What? You're just reading what I was doing today for sure, and I locked it down as soon as I had to change another match on the card for sure. So, you know, it's funny because nobody would have ever expected Vodomai to be on the card, much less the second to highest match in the whole card. So that's an awesome surprise. So the other thing I wanted to say on this is the HOW guys, the HOW wrestling.com guys have been very gracious to kind of give us a shout out on their live feeds as they release their Danucci Cup tournament brackets. So I wanted to say thank you and give them an equal shout out to those guys. Give them a look. Their website is awesome. And it kind of very much like we take a look at the e-fetting landscape, their style of role playing seems to match up a little bit closer than what we see normally to what we do, without the element of the sim. But you know, of course, we're more of a rolling, everyday kind of interaction rather than just match to match.
Yeah, props to Devin for this one because he's gone over there and he's done some good work. He's joined in their thing, and I keep forgetting the name of the cup. Sorry, I should have written that down. And I've even poked my head in. Sorry for my crack when you guys joined us on the stream, calling you honestly overrated. I've actually gone through. We've got some talented riders there, like legit.
Yeah. So Deshawn, Devin, pretty boy Devin Deshawn. I think he's got a guy named Sean Stevens is his first round opponent, and it's going to happen next week. A little bit delayed. I think he was ready for him this week, but had a little bit of a delay there. So he's eagerly awaiting watching the tournament post, trying to size up the competition with this whole trash talking kind of concept. For cutting the two, I think they got a 2 promo limit, 2 post limit at 750 words. So it's a little bit different than what he's used to. So it actually may work out to his benefit by buying him some time to you know, get his teeth into it.
Yeah, because otherwise he was going to go in there not knowing anybody, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'd like to see quite a few FedEx people go and check that out.
Yeah, we've been following it. We've been following it post by post over the last 2 days. You know, it's a lot slower pace than what we're used to. It's just different. So, you know, we kind of, you know, looking at it and been in our own Discord channel, kind of been doing a little play-by-play with the posts that are coming up, and kind of in the back of our own mind is, you know, how good was that? How good was that? Has this guy got any teeth, kind of a thing, and are they holding back, you know, first round kind of a thing. So it's been interesting. So we do appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the shout out and continue. Let's look for ways and concepts to kind of intermingle the Fed. I'm all for it.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I remember when Gino and I tried to do that between Wrestler and FedEx, and the EIC killed it. I really hated them for it.
And then last but not least, we have the main event. I tell you, really who made this happen was Carnage. Carnage coming on really strong this past week, answering the call for somebody in the veterans group that had a little bit of clout to step up to Tony Robes, and it was Carnage. First victim is Carnage, Mr. Robes.
It certainly is. Should we just give us the title now? I mean, do we need to bother with the match? Should we just hand me the belt? Because, I mean, I like Carnage. I mean, everybody likes Carnage. But,
he's on everybody's list every time, top 10.
Exactly. He's a name. He's a name. He's not the name. But out of the names, he's probably the most active because all the rest are just sitting on their ass.
He's Mr. Top 10.
He is. He is. So, yeah, no, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Granted, it's because of participation awards, but he's still a Hall of Famer nonetheless. You know, he's won a load of titles like USOBs, countless USOBs, but I mean, unfortunately for him, steroids are a banned substance in Federation X, so they're kind of meaningless. And he won an OWC, so there is that. So Dog won an OWC, and a rock parody character won the OWC twice. So I don't really know how seriously we can take that, but at least he's a name. He's got some relevance, and he's worthy of a Tony Robes beating. So there is that. There is that.
Yeah, you can say that if you like Tony, but the honest truth is, as far as like some of us and myself included, I've got the worst ring rust ever. Carnage has come back, and Carnage has come back strong. Like, there's been no signs of ring rust. Not so sure how that's going to go on match day, but so far, yeah, my money's on Carnage for this one.
Well, you're losing money, and after that, I'll just switch to hashtag OC like the Twitter lesbians do, and just say I agree with you on a outer character level. Like, Carnage is brilliant. A couple of his posts have really popped me, like with the comedy. And one of his second posts was he's like, I'm a really serious wrestler, and then all this really stupid, crazy stuff started happening, and Tori Amos came in with like a period pad and stuff like that. It was, yeah, it really popped me. So I'm looking forward to this on an outer character level. In character though, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, I really liked how he read the room a bit before he jumped right into it. You say what you want. He went and gave the rub to Jake Price. Him mixing it up with Jake Price has elevated Jake's level, honestly.
He needed it.
And
yeah, he needed
it. Them two now being a tag team changes things for Jake as well.
All right, so we've got a bit of a special going on today.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing.
All right. So
here we go.
We're incredibly privileged in my studio today. I actually have Genocide Jason Miller here to explain why he took himself off the card. Here we go. Shoot this one. Okay, so Genocide, is the reason that you're not on the card because you are literally a chicken shit heel? Oh, of course, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And your catchphrase, genocide is coming. Like, is that because you're constantly giving yourself fellatio because no one else will? But not only that, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, clearly you're doing that. We also have Alan Scott. Do you get exhausted like riding his dick so often? Like, seriously, it's unbecoming. You're a talent. But there you are, Team SBFF, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I'd slowed that down a bit, but there you go. Thanks for joining us, Genocide. Really appreciate it. Go back to your chicken scratches.
I love that. Love that.
How was that not Tony Robes cutting that promo?
I don't have chickens, unfortunately.
All right. So, do we have any commentary from Facebook that we want to take a look at, and even consider?
Well, I wasn't. It's actually been fairly quiet since the start. But
we didn't stir up anything with the Team SBFF, out there. None at all.
Oh, we did. Jason Miller has just let us know that there's just 2 fine Australian cocks there. Australian, fucking Australian. Oh. Damn it, my menu's gone off. I'm trying to. Yeah, welcome to Amateur Hour, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we'll switch back to the actual card and just kind of review it again. If we don't have any questions, just making sure everybody knows that the card will be posted immediately after we get off air here, and it'll be up and running as of Wednesday. And then we'll post containers, match containers, and everything will be good to go. You got any questions, any comments? Just let us know, and we'll get them answered.
Yeah, I'm I've tried to tell my alter ego. Yeah. This is not dude most of the time.
All right, fellas. Anything else before we wrap up?
I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the card, getting back on the horse and seeing where this goes.
And if you like these live reveals before we post, let us know. If not, they're cheesy or whatever, we'll switch things up. But it was mentioned by Soap Opera Man that maybe we should do live reveals. So we can do it this way. We can change it up, change the scenario. Maybe try to convince people to go more in character. But we'll see. Maybe that's for pay-per-views or something like that. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, and take care, guys. Enjoy the card.
Thanks for joining us. I hope to see you all on the boards.